You ready to kill me yet?
Yeah. I'm gonna send one of these things right into your house.
Run. Run. Run.
Let's go.
Run.
Impact event in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This was a lot more gross than I thought it would be.
Oh, really?
Seriously, I did not think. I don't know why.
It's like National Lampoon all over again.
Right. The unrated version.
That's right.
Oh, man. This, I didn't expect it to have that much, like, gross graphic stuff. I thought there'd be the jump scares.
Yeah.
You know, some gross stuff, but it was just, you know, that last hour probably was just gross.
Yes, I concur.
You're going out there to destroy them, right? Not to study, not to bring back, but to wipe them out.
Sorry.
I agree.
But not.
I understand the words you're saying, and they make complete sense to me. The best part of the film was about the first 45.
Well, but to me, that was a little bit slow.
It was really slow at the beginning.
Yeah, I could. One of the biggest things for me, and we'll get into more actor chemistry in that part, but the script was okay.
Yeah.
For the first little bit.
Yeah.
But then they didn't really build the characters. You didn't get to know them and
they
stuff,
just kind of
right?
Plateaued.
Yeah, and so I didn't really care for that. But then, 15 minutes after the first 15 minutes or whatever, it was like, beep.
I flatlined.
And then, whoop.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yep. Let's raise the temperature of the room.
So I'm just gonna you've never seen an alien.
Gotta be kidding me.
Not these aliens, no.
The real aliens, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I've seen Signs. The movie. Not Signs of Aliens.
So this falls. I was curious about the timeline and stuff because that's always you know me. I'm curious about that stuff.
I almost watched a 30-minute video about the history of aliens up to this point, and I was like, if I ever decide to watch any of these other films, which is very unlikely unless we review them, then it's very likely. Which I guess now looking at it, it's probably more likely than not. I will watch these other films. I didn't want them ruined.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would.
Yeah.
Totally. The first two, Alien and Aliens, are good. I mean, I really enjoyed them, like all the way through.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I recently watched them for the purpose of this.
I debated it and then said no, and feel like I should. Watching this film, I was like, there's connections because the way they did some of the shots, I was like, this means something.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, okay, so you haven't seen it. Let me go over the timeline quick. So the
Year
first
2132.
The first Aliens was the first Alien movie was 1979, which took place in 2142.
Oh, so close.
Okay. Aliens, the second one, which was 1986, was in...
They waited 7 years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Interesting.
So then that one was 2179, 37 years.
Okay.
Right? So this falls at 20 years, about smack in the middle.
Oh, interesting.
Is the timeline of this.
Huh.
Between Alien 1979 and Aliens 1986. So this is right in between there.
So Sigourney Weaver was in the first ones, wasn't she?
First two.
Okay, so was that Aliens?
Yep, Alien.
So she's alive
Aliens.
in this universe right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Are these weird robot things always? Was that something that existed as well?
Yes.
I thought that guy played a fantastic robot.
He did really well.
I was very, very impressed.
Yes.
I was like, all right.
I was very skeptical on these young actors. But anyway, now there's the timeline.
Sorry.
I wanted to get that out. Now I want to hear really just unpack. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
We're
alert.
not going to even try.
Okay. How soon, or now that that's out there, how soon did you know the person who was pregnant was going to have the alien child?
Well, I knew before. When she first announced that she was pregnant,
Right.
like she
I
was
was like,
puking, and
This person's going to go through trauma.
yeah, exactly, absolutely. That was way too obvious.
Yeah.
I think that to me it would have been better if they would have just had that as a secret all the way up to,
Yeah.
all of a sudden she's way out here pregnant, and then she says, yes, I'm pregnant, but I'm only 2 months pregnant or whatever. That would have been, to me, a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
I was like, that.
there was too many things that were too obvious.
Yeah. I don't understand how. Okay. This is where I'm wired different than you. I just don't understand how you go into this film and are excited to watch it. The whole time, I was like, my mouth was under my t-shirt and just stressed out because I did not know. And even it was obvious. Like, I knew when they did that pregnant lady was, no, not the pregnant lady. It was the friend who, maybe it was, no, it wasn't. It was the pregnant lady when she came out of the capsule and they didn't save her because, the android was like, oh, if that's what the alien is waiting for. And they had all those close-up shots of her, and I was like, yep, there's going to be a scene where this alien thing is going to pop out to freak me out, and it's going to. And there's nothing I can do. There's flashing lights, there's noises. I mean, that's how these movies get away with it. They're on these space stations that are only designed for jump scares in a film with no real practical use outside of that.
Yeah. These movies are made for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want information out of me, this is the movies you watch to make me stop. The little weird, I don't understand. So are these things like, so there's the xenomorphs, right? That's what they're called.
Yeah, something like that. Right.
And there's these weird little squid things.
Yep.
But they're separate, right?
So
They spawn the xenomorphs.
Right. So they lay the eggs, essentially.
How do these things reproduce?
Yeah.
All right. That's good enough for me.
I'm sure it was in one of them. I don't
Yeah.
remember, but yeah.
There's this, I don't get it. This is why horror films make no sense to me. Red Alert's going. They're still pulling out the weird freeze, the cryogenic things. No, you put that sucker back in because they're holding something in.
Right.
And you're in water.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the best solution? The guy is holding a laser sword or a shocking sword. Worst case scenario, if it was me, I'd trip, tase myself, and I'd die. I don't need these weird squid things to kill me.
There's too many things that are too dumb and obvious. I agree.
Yeah.
1,000,000% I agree. But the point of, or not even the point, I shouldn't say, but the way they do it is to keep it moving so fast that you can't think about those things.
That scene was long, though.
It was long, I agree. That was way too long.
Yeah.
But it was kind of building that story and whatever. I don't think it was really worth it to have it that long, but you could.
Do these movies also make you enjoy watching dicks die? Because there was that one guy that was just the British. They wanted him to die the whole film.
Right. Totally.
What type of psychological games are they playing with me there? I'm like, he's dead. I'm happy. I don't have to see him anymore.
Right.
But
he died in the best way, didn't he?
Yes. Actually, I can't remember.
That was the acid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then his chest is...
Yep.
That was weird.
From the acid, I think. I don't know, whatever. Because it got all over his chest.
Yeah, and then I don't... The science to me would be his lungs made a balloon and just popped.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand how the whole weird seizure thing happened. But
Right.
Not the seizure, but like the twerk.
Right.
The twitch.
Let's see. What about the actors? They're young actors. They're no-name actors and stuff like that.
I like the Robot Man. He was my favorite. He was really interesting. He was cool to me too because he was playing. There was parts where he was playing like two different versions of himself, and you could tell the difference.
Keep talking.
This whole film and now conversation is just designed to make me squirm.
I left one contact
just
in.
Pull out my eyes. This is normal.
I left one contact in, but it's freaking my eyes and my brain out really bad. So my eyes are watering.
We could have the weird xenomorph stick its tongue out and just jab your eye out. Like
Well,
the one
or
guy.
just gently pull out my contact.
I don't know if they know the word gentle.
Yeah, that's probably true. Now I'm going to be crying here for a while.
No, I'll be crying too. Don't worry.
You'll just start remembering the scenes.
Yeah. The main girl actor was decent. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah, she wasn't spectacular. She's no Sigourney Weaver for sure.
No, she looks like a young Sigourney Weaver, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, I guess.
I did say that.
Well, I mean, like,
I know,
almost get away with it.
Yeah.
Not fully get away with
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah, it was weird. They didn't. I mean, a lot of them. There was kind of forced relationships that they didn't fully explain or develop.
right.
That wasn't great.
It was a little hard to keep track of who was who.
Yeah.
like,
especially the
what-
two other girls.
What the Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. They should have spent a little bit different time building that relationship and between the audience. I mean, not between them,
Yeah.
but that relationship between the audience and the character. But
What? Okay, here's the other thing. Is the lady got, I don't know what you want to call it, seated. And let me tell you, the last thing I'd want to do is x-ray my body. I guess maybe I would. But if that thing was in me, I'd be like, you better kill me now because you're going to die with me if that's the case.
Right, exactly. I agree. I don't that
was
that kind of stuff
only
is,
for a fact.
Yeah, I agree. And the way they set it up with the arm X-ray at when she found the device.
I wish the
I'm
X-ray
like,
would have had another purpose. It would have made sense if there was some continuity with that X-ray, but that X-ray was only set up for one specific scene. That was stupid.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I think that there was too many of those things in there too. But actor chemistry, I'm gonna go right after it. I think that Andy, also known as David, but he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
For what he needed to do.
Right.
I really liked his facial expressions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that he and Rain had a good relationship. I mean, it just worked on screen.
Yeah.
So
Some of the other actual relationship, but they did have good chemistry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Navarro, I didn't understand her character really at all. That was a complete loss for me.
Yeah.
Like I just no thanks. I don't know, like the Rook robot and the way they did that. See, he was in the original.
Oh, was he?
As the first one, the alien.
Oh, interesting.
He was the synthetic life form.
Okay.
I'm not going to give anything else away
That's
for
fair.
you, but he was the synthetic life form. And so he wasn't in the second one. There was a
Which
different
makes sense.
synthetic life form, right? But so I just didn't like how they did it. That was a big turnoff for me, and that was a big part of the character and things like that. So this is a 3-0 for me because of there's highs, but there's really low lows.
Yeah. I gave it a 2.9. I don't like aliens. That character turned me off. All of them that popped up on screen.
What about the steel teeth? Do you like that?
That
Drool
didn't
all
make
over?
sense to me.
It's never made sense to me, and they've been in the other movies.
Yeah. I was like, they look like NFL wide receivers right now where they have the weird metal teeth. And it's like, this doesn't look natural
You didn't
at all.
see the gold chains around the necks?
No.
Oh, you didn't see that? The
Not yet.
clock and stuff?
That I did see.
Yeah, all right.
I figured that's at least a practical so they know what time of day it is.
Who was that rapper or whatever he was that wore that clock?
Okay, again, we talked about my white skin earlier. Does it look like I would be a person that would understand?
I actually met him in Las Vegas. I was actually there to pick up car parts.
Oh.
And spent a couple of days there, and because I got there on a weekend or whatever, and they didn't open until Monday. So he was in the casino, and I talked to him for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, it's whatever.
Here's the other thing. There was that weird...
Flavor Flav.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't understand rapper names. I just don't. I don't understand the science of this movie.
The science of it.
So the xenomorph came out of the chest and then like crawled to a wall and then made another egg and then came out of that.
Well,
Is there like 2 phases?
yeah, it seems to be a couple of phases there because that's the way they did the whole big cocoon thing in the other films.
Okay.
Yeah. It like gives them time. It increases their growth time or whatever I should say.
Interesting.
Is the way I've perceived it. I've never really tried to figure out the science behind it.
And let's just stick a big stick into it and hope it kills.
Which seemed to like actually accelerate it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Electrotherapy. This movie's disgusting. And then to come out with a sting.
So let's talk about cinematography then. How
I
did it
liked
look?
the planet and the ring. That was cool.
Did you look at the budget?
No,
80 million.
really,
They did this on 80 million.
that is impressive.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, that's
Well-
really cool.
Yeah. A lot of practical effects.
That's what. Okay, if there are horror
Use
films,
miniatures.
practical effects make way more sense to me than fake effects.
Yeah.
Practical makes you're gonna be. It doesn't look fake.
Well, they
a lot of
hired
times.
real aliens.
Yeah. The hiring team was phenomenal.
No, but they, it's, yeah, I don't know. It's just really, I was very impressed cinematography wise. I thought it looked really good. I thought that they did a good job with the drool and the acid and the floating in space with the acid.
Yeah.
They did the, like you say, the planet with the ring. That was cool.
That was my favorite part of the film, was watching that. And then watching the ship go into the rings and then watching the outside of it. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Watch that thing die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was rooting for that thing to die too, man.
That thing was creepy.
Yeah, see, I didn't care for that. They made it look good, though.
Yeah, it looked so unnatural,
Yeah.
which is, again, what you need. The weird, like, the crotch area. That was odd
was
to me.
that?
Yeah, it was like...
It was like they put a spotlight on it, too. Like,
Yeah.
Here, look here.
I have no need for this.
That was really bizarre.
You might want to see your doctor about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was this whole odd.
Yeah, it
The
was
whole
very odd.
scene was odd. Like the weird little like, it looked like almost a Poison Ivy-esque type scene, like being born out of a flower.
Right.
That was odd.
It was. It was very odd.
The hatch scene, and there's this weird parts. I think we're talking about Harry Potter. The whole like this flat face with no nose.
Right.
This is not natural. People have noses.
There's a real person played it too. Robert
De Niro. He's
Yeah,
from.
He
he's from.
had no makeup on.
Let me tell you, age has done wonders. Cinematography. Yeah. Well, so here's the other thing that I think, again, what they do well in thriller and horror is that if you do, again, practically, you don't need a ton of different scenes because everything is just flashing, so you don't have a lot of time to pay attention to what's going on, but it does
Right.
the job well
Right.
of freaking people out if they so
Right.
decide to be freaked out.
See, it didn't really get me. The grossness got me a little bit. Like, I just didn't need that much of it. But cinematography,
The blood
though,
didn't even look real. I'll say that.
right.
When the blood came out, I was like,
Yeah.
where's the Heinz ketchup? Because that is dark blood.
Yeah, exactly. But cinematography for me is a 3-1.
Okay.
Just because there was a few of those types of things like that I didn't care for. The blood scenes, the puke scene with it splashing on the back of all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I just thought it looked, I thought that's just kind of tacky for me.
That thing going down so deep into the mouth.
Yeah. That actually looked good though.
Oh, it looks so disgusting.
Well, disgusting.
How?
It looked real.
How is like, you know what I want to see today? This alien just going deep throat on this lady. Hard pass. Like, I don't know. Like, at what point is too long?
Do you realize what words you're using in some
Yeah.
of these sentences?
I do. I still stand by it.
the word hard and deep throat and all in the same sentence.
Okay, hard I didn't realize, but deep throat.
We haven't recorded, dude.
I know you can go back, and I don't doubt that I said it. This is a traumatic experience. But, like, they pulled it out, and it went. So
You keep doing it.
It was longer than the thing itself.
You're not even doing it on purpose.
No.
I was dear
disturbed.
Lord, this is good.
That's all I
I'm
have to
disturbed
say.
now.
I'm glad. I'm glad you can experience from my lens of what I was mentally going through when I was seeing these things.
Did you score it for cinematography?
No.
Okay.
It's a 3. 3.
You don't remember?
I like the Saturn. I like the rings. Give me a backdrop of that, and I could watch it all day. Here's
that
the
was
thing.
cool. I agree.
The lighting and stuff was really cool. I liked the flashes. They had like those rooms that were really white. That was really intriguing.
Well, you knew like bad crap was going on in there.
Oh yeah, that's what
right?
happens in white rooms.
Yeah, I mean, you just knew. Like,
Yeah.
As soon as you saw this whole white room, it's like, oh, there's evil.
That. Yep, and the weird, we're harvesting something from this thing that'll give immunity for mankind, and this is the next step. Never trust those statements.
Exactly.
And why did the lady not listen? She wasn't even there for the elevator pitch.
I know.
It was like, the friend
Yeah,
says, you shouldn't put this in your neck. I wouldn't trust it.
Totally, and I think it's very weird the way some of this. The first probably 40 minutes was written fairly good, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely, it was too
It made
slow,
sense
but
why they
yeah,
were going
they
to the
were-
space
right,
station. They
wanted
needed to
a
get
better
out.
life.
Yeah.
They had parents die.
Yeah.
They blah,
They
blah,
didn't want
blah.
to
It was
complete with the cycle. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Typical story.
Yeah, I mean, it was all there.
They go there and their life gets messed up and they'll never be the same again.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, overall entertainment. You'll never watch it again.
Nope.
I get it.
Nope. I will not. I will not.
Who'd you go with?
I went by myself.
Did you?
I did. I even went in my favorite theater. Now it won't be the same. But it was a bigger, so like the
It'll
one
be
that's
even
my
better.
favorite, it was a bigger screen. So I didn't wimp out and go to the ones that had the smaller screens.
Yeah.
Didn't watch it IMAX. I knew that was a decision that was not going
That
to happen.
would have been rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
So,
Overall entertainment for me, though, I was very entertained. I mean, it was a fun film to see on the big screen for me.
I'm sure it was.
I was too young to see Alien
That's
and
fair.
Aliens on
Yeah.
the big screen. So
I wish they would have just told the story of the founding of Athens. Or Rome, sorry. Romulus. That would have been interesting. Sucking from the teeth of a wolf. That would have been intriguing. Not people getting hunted down by these monsters that make no sense to me.
but they
Here's the other thing is they said they couldn't be destroyed, so they had to hunt
right.
the
I
station.
was just gonna say that. I was
And-
like, they say this is this perfect being that you can't destroy him, and then
She goes out with this gun that was equipped at the station, not equipped outside of the station, and killed so many of them. And that last 10%, let me tell you, lasted a long time with those bullets. It was a solid 2-2.
this is where my score is good. It's a 4-0
Yeah.
for overall entertainment. I was very entertained
Uh,
for a good 55 minutes of it. I was very entertained.
See, I see if you enjoy these types of films, it would be a 4-4. 2-2 for me for these types of films means if you enjoy it, you'll love it. It did the job.
Yeah, that was good. Proud
And again,
of you.
you go to this poster. Why would you want to see this? What in this poster is like, oh, look, they're in love, and this person's being tortured.
Well, I mean, there's the deep throat.
There's the deep throat. And the slight of, like, strangulation. Clearly they enjoy that.
Clearly. Freezing off extremities.
I mean, it releases February 14th or October 31st. What's the difference? Couldn't tell you.
Or August 16th.
But you know who I bet could tell you? Our fans that somehow exist. And they could tell us why.
They could. So
You
do
could,
it.
You could like us. You could hammer that smash button. Hammer these stupid...
Hammer the smash button.
I don't know.
You're all flustered on this kind
I
of
am
stuff.
flustered. LegitQ at MattyMovieMix.com. Do what you wish with that.
See ya.
Hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bells, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us. We appreciate it.